Hey everybody, I am Nina and I run the blog Budget Yarn Reviews. I don't like taking videos of myself, so please apologize if there's sudden double takes or odd looks. I'm sure it's because I'm reacting to myself. This video is to introduce you guys to my latest project. I have spent a lot of time over years trying different yarns and wondering, oh, is this yarn going to be any good? And then being frustrated or asking for recommendations. And everyone has their own brand that they love. But it's all opinion, no data. Being from a technical background, I like data. So I'm putting together the ultimate acrylic yarn comparison. What this is I picked 20 yarns, which is kind of a lot for a comparison, but there's so many, kind of couldn't make the list any smaller than this to start. What it's going to be is it's going to be all 100% acrylic yarns. It's going to be some of the most basic yarns from certain yarn brands or the most loved, things that people rate the highest on Ravelry. Basically, some of the go-tos from brands, store brands, online companies. The stuff that if you want a basic acrylic yarn to make baby stuff or for somebody who has sensitive skin, these are the brands you're going to go to for one reason or another. So the video today, I'm going to introduce you to the brands, but the way this is going to go, this is going to take a lot of segments to do, because not only am I going to, rub and squish and tell you what's softest from the get-go, I'm going to knit it up, see what's softest after it's been knitted. I'm going to frog it, knit it again, frog it, and knit it again to see how well it holds up, see what splits, see what unravels so much that you can't even knit it a third time, because you don't want to be doing that if you're really experimenting on a project or have something really complicated you're working on and you have to frog all the time. After I've put it through several knit tests, then it goes into the laundry. And on a lot of these, most of them are machine wash. Not all of them are machine wash, especially not machine dry. So I'm going to send them all through the laundry like you're a total noob and you don't know how to do laundry. Like basically the college kid approach to, I'll toss it in there, and see how it holds up. See what pills, see what fuzzes, see what cannot handle the dryer at all. And then at the end, I'm going to rank them all and do my usual price comparisons so you can figure out for the value what really is the best yarn from an objective standpoint because of how soft it is, how durable it is, whatever is the most important data point to you, because we've all kind of got our own preferences and everything. So that's what this is going to be. Let me move on to the yarns. So for the first group of yarns that I'm going to talk to you about, these are going to be your basic value yarns, like your big ball yarns that you find in Joann and Michaels. So an obvious first one is Loops and Threads Impeccable. This is a Michaels exclusive. They're Loops and Threads store brand. After that one, I've got a very popular one from Hobby Lobby, the I Love This Yarn. And it's like one of the only Hobby Lobby yarns that is just its own brand. I love this yarn. It's not like their Yarn Bee or whatever. So that's number 2. Then you have from Joann, their Big Twist. This one doesn't say you should machine wash it, no, it says machine washable, but do not tumble dry, which seems silly to me. So we're going to see how this goes. Then we have, this is the last of the value yarns, part of a Karen 1 pound big ball. The reason why I didn't include Bernat Super Value or Lion Brand Pound of Love in this group is because those aren't necessarily the most popular yarns from that brand. If you're looking for a big ball acrylic yarn, you're usually going to see one of these. You're not going to find your Bernat Big Value Ball, whatever, in the store. They sell that online, but nobody orders that. Nobody goes directly to Yarnspirations just to get that. I don't know anyone who's that loyal to Bernat yarn. So moving on to the, also you're going to find it in Michaels, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, but the name brand, not the store brand, and not the value balls. So it's going to be, if you go up a slightly better quality, and you're looking at the always 100 gram skeins. So let me pull these up. Okay. This video is going to be spliced together, so I apologize in advance for that. But moving on to the name brands that you can find in stores, we're going to start with some Lion Brand yarns. We have Lion Brand Basic Stitch Premium and the Basic Stitch Anti-Pilling. I included both of these because I don't know what the difference is supposed to be. I've tried looking, and as far as I can tell, this one's available in more colors, the anti-pilling, but the premium might have better colors. Like Lion Brand, I love you, but as a consumer, this makes zero sense. I don't understand what the difference is, and it's really confusing. I don't know which one's supposed to be better. So we're trying both. We're going to see whether they're exactly the same or not, because they look exactly the same. After that one, we're going to do Red Heart Soft, your step up from Red Heart Super Saver and everything. I really am trying to focus on the slightly higher quality than the big ball yarns. That's why I only included 4 of them. But I understand there are things that you do really want the big ball yarns for. Like if you're making a massive blanket and everything, doing that with skeins like these takes a lot longer. It's not as affordable, things like that. So most yarns in this comparison are going to be like this and up. But I'm still capping the price. So Red Heart Soft. Then we have Karen Simply Soft. Lots of people really like this yarn, but I've heard that it's not necessarily the most durable, and some people say it splits, so we're going to find out for sure. From there, I have another Lion Brand yarn because this yarn is so popular. This is Lion Brand Jeans. Super soft, and this is the yarn that convinced me to try acrylics again after wearing them off because of yarns like Red Heart Super Saver. From there, we have Premier's Everyday yarn. They're rebranding it as anti-pilling, so you'll see some that says Premier Everyday, some that says Premier Anti-Pilling, depending on where you're ordering it from. I believe it's mostly still the same yarn, it's just rebranding. You can get the best color selection online. You can get more weights online than you can in store. The most exciting feature about Premier yarns that made me put in the comparison is that their yarns are certified to not be treated with certain chemicals. So really good choice for like baby, sensitive skin, people who can be easily irritated. So that's why they're here. From there, Bernat Softy Chunky. I couldn't include Bernat Blanket in this comparison because it's a polyester yarn. This is acrylics only. And if you're looking at Bernat acrylic yarns, this is hands down the most popular, whether you're making like the chunky hats or blankets or whatever. This is the next popular Bernat yarn after Blanket. Okay, from there, 2 more store brands that are, or store brand yarns that are worth mentioning. If you're at Michael's and you want something slightly nicer than Impeccable, you might look at the Joy DK because it's lighter weight too. Doesn't come in many colors. I just want to point out while it's here that the only other ball of yarn I've seen wound this way is Premier Yarns Luna. And after I was working with this recently, I would bet that this yarn is actually manufactured by Premier. I would bet this is a Premier yarn on a Loops and Threads label. So if somebody knows for sure, I'd love to know, but that's my bet. New at Joann in like last month or so is this KC Smooth. It's their new store brand, Knit and Crochet. The reason why this yarn is included is because it's the first yarn I found that is supposed to be a premium microacrylic. It's wound like Lion Brand jeans. It's the S on S ply, so it's super soft. But the microacrylic is supposed to make it more breathable than regular acrylics. So that had to be included. All right, from there, we've got some online brand yarns, such as Knit Picks Brava. It would be an incomplete list without anything from Knit Picks because everyone loves them. Brava is their primary acrylic yarn. It comes in multiple weights, sport, worsted, even bulky. So had to include that. Everyone would be like, why did you not include it if I didn't? All right, I'm back. I got cut off again. So a yarn you may not have heard of that can be ordered online only is Willow Yarns. This is their wash yarn. It is their anti-pilling acrylic yarn. It was the first anti-pilling acrylic I heard of. And nobody really knows who they are, but they're really affordable, and they've got some really nice yarns, so I wanted to include one of theirs, especially because of how well rated it is on Ravelry. So, Willow Wash. Okay, from there, we're going to some yarns that you're basically only going to find if you're ordering on Lovecrafts or you live in the UK, because some of these yarns are really popular there. Basically, these yarns were so highly rated on Ravelry that I had to get them to compare to see whether or not these acrylics available online are just as good or better than what's in store. So, starting with what is hands down probably the most popular one, paint box yarns. They're really popular mostly because they have lots and lots and lots of colors. It comes in 2 weights, DK and Aran. What the second one is Stylecraft Special DK. This one's popular in the UK and everything. Again, why it's available through Lovecrafts. They are a British company. I'm mentioning these two right after each other because I honestly could have sworn they were the same yarn. Like, seriously. They both have, like, really wide color ranges, and when I was unboxing them, I could have sworn they were the exact same kind of yarn. So, I wonder if somebody manufactures one or the other. Like same manufacturer for both of them. That's what I meant. So, that's those two. Both really well loved. The next one, King Cole Cherish. This is also a DK weight yarn. This one is so soft. It's also anti-pilling acrylic. But King Cole yarns got rated. The UK has their own yarn awards, rating like best baby yarn, best overall yarn, best value yarn. So Stylecraft won an award and King Cole won an award. So that's why they're included. Like, for us Americans who have never really heard of it, across the pond, this is a good yarn. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's a German yarn, Schaschenmeyer or whatever. This is also an anti-pilling yarn, also really well rated. This brand in general is supposed to be pretty high quality. So, had to include it. Last but not least, I had to try an acrylic from a slightly more expensive brand, and that would be Cascade Yarns. Cascade Yarn has, like, their popular cherub or whatever, but a lot of those yarns are blends. If you knit with wool, Cascade Yarns 220 and their 220 Superwash, all heritage, those wool yarns are, like, really common go-tos and everything. So I wanted to see what a higher quality brand did with acrylic, see if it actually compared. In terms of price, this is listed on Lovecrafts at $6, which is, you know, comparable price-wise. But it's not like Joann's where they price all those yarns expecting you to get their 40% off coupon or their 30% off coupon. Lovecrafts doesn't offer sales like that all the time. So I perceived this to be higher quality. Maybe the rest of you do or don't, but it had to be included just to get something different in there. So that is all the yarns. That is the introduction. From here, I'm going to sort of lay them out and figure out which is softest and rank them in terms of softness. And from there, I have a lot of knitting to do before I get to do another video for you guys. Hopefully I'll figure out my video situation before then, you know, come up with something higher quality that doesn't cut me off every 5 minutes. So that is the intro to the ultimate acrylic yarn comparison. You'll find these videos on my YouTube channel, Budget Yarn Reviews, or on my website, Budget Yarn Reviews. I'll be doing write-ups, written versions to go along with the videos, so whichever format you prefer. Thanks for watching.